It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. And now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? Showtime! The Geno Jones Showtime. I know you said, Geno, how about your inside voice, right? We can see you. We can see the sign. Stevie Wonder can see that big ass sign. Stop it. He can feel it, maybe. If he couldn't see it, he can feel it, right? He can feel the heat. Monday through Friday, my normal start times and start days, Monday through Friday, new start time, relatively new, about 2 months ago, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 6:30 p.m. Central Time, 4:30 p.m. on the West Coast. This is how we do this thing. The Geno Jones Show has a new sponsor, Kojo LLC, Courtney Johnson. She debuted a brand new segment called Courtney's Corner. She's a real estate expert, and she is a commercial insurance expert. So if you have a business and you need insurance, or if you're looking to buy a home or sell a home, Courtney Johnson, Kojo LLC. She's on social media, Courtney Johnson, Kojo LLC. As a matter of fact, I'm going to reach out to her. She's going to give me some contact information where you can reach out to her. So a couple times a month, you'll see her segment. She debuted her segment last Thursday, Courtney's Corner. So later today, my brother by another mother, truly my brother by another mother. The only thing we didn't do is come out of the same womb. He's been on before, Radio Hall of Famer, voice actor extraordinaire, one of the great voice actors of his generation, along with another voice actor and a singer. I hear a singer. And we are expected to be joined by a young man who is a singer, and he works in media in France with President Emmanuel Macron. Can we switch, yo, bro? We'll take Mr. Macron and his wife, to hell with Candace Owens, send Candace Owens' ass with Orange Hitler, send their ass to France. France is like, nope, y'all stuck. We got Marie Le Pen. We got your boy Orange Hitler in drag and heels, in like stilettos or Louboutins. So we don't need no more. We don't need that headache. So I got you. The Geno Jones Show. Please be sure to give me the thumbs up. Like this in every episode. So please like. More important, please subscribe. Call to action. I only need about 105 new subscribers to become a YouTube partner. That means that my media company and this show will get a check from YouTube every month. Or as the kids say, I'll get that bag from YouTube. It is so important that we support black-owned media. Oh my God, it is so important that we support all black-owned institutions, businesses, and media, because we are all we got. America has basically just turned around and gave black folks and brown folks and basically folks, if you're not a white, straight, cisgendered billionaire male, the rest of America, they said, look, here's our ass to kiss. We are all we got, but we're all we need. And we got everything that we got everything we need. We come together. I was looking at the Avengers. Like what, Infinity War, they had Thanos. But man, all the Avengers, all the folks who I didn't even know were Avengers, they came together and they finally, they whooped Thanos' ass. He was a problem now. Thanos was a problem. But man, when you come together, undefeated. We are unstoppable. So please subscribe to the channel. Please leave your comments in the comment section. Now, the show's interactive right now. If you're watching me live right now, you can jump into my live chat room, jump in there if you got a question for me or my guest that's coming on. Whatever, you got a comment, whatever you want to say. You want me to shout somebody out, birthday, anniversary, whatever it is. You got a new job, you just left a job, you're retiring, you finally got a man, a woman in your life, or you got rid of that lousy, no good person you had. It's all good. Jump in that chat room right here on my YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. And please, it's so important. Thank you for those who want to support the show financially. Your financial gifts, your financial support is greatly needed and appreciated. You can Zelle Geno Jones Show at Gmail, Geno Jones Show at Gmail, or Cash App, $Dad G Jones, all one word. $Dad G Jones. So all right, I had to take care of that business. So before I bring on my guest, all right, listen, it's Monday, and I really don't want to trigger you. I don't want to trigger myself, but I got to mention something that's really going on, because if you watch the show, I'm 10 toes down speaking out against the inhumanity, the cruelty, the racism, the misogyny, the sexism, just the you name it, anti-Muslim, anti-immigrant, Hispanic, just all the hatred in all of its forms, along with the misogyny and sexism and the cruelty that we are living through right now. 10 toes down. Been warned about it. Here we are. But we're all we got, and we're all we need. And we got everything we need. But I just want to let folks know, if you got family in D.C., friends. So your boy, Orange Hitler, Felon 45, announced that he would be sending in, he's going to federalize local police in Washington, D.C. Now, D.C. is unique because it is, first of all, the White House and the Capitol, U.S. Capitol, Supreme Court, all of that is in Washington, D.C. proper, within the city limits of Washington, D.C. But Washington, D.C. it's not a state. It didn't have, so you don't have a governor because it's not a state, and they've been trying to get statehood. So they have this unique relationship with the federal government. Yeah, and you got like your local Metro Police for D.C. right there, and then they got the Capitol Police. So anyway, so this dude decides that he's going to send in, really it was because one of these little young punk ass kids that Elon Musk hired, they called them big balls or whatever. Juvenile. These dudes are they're like freshmen in high school with this juvenile mentality. So he got his ass whooped. Somebody took his car, him and his girlfriend. So now your boy, Felon 45 in his feelings, crime is out of control. No, first, let me correct a lie. Crime in D.C. is at a 30-year low. As a matter of fact, his FBI director was bragging, Mr. Kash Patel, crime is down. All forms of violent crime is down in D.C. But don't let the facts get in the way. So I'm really going to take a deep dive on this tomorrow, and I'm going to talk to you, in case you didn't know something about something called posse comitatus, which means basically, dude, just because you're the president, you just can't send the military in to any American city or town to basically attack American citizens. All right, but my whole monologue, I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. So I just wanted to, but I had to let you know about that. I didn't want to start off the show with, because I'm not trying to trigger you, but I got to let you know. And if you got family, friends in D.C., just check on them, because this is just some bullshit to distract you from the Epstein files. Yes, the Epstein files, because he was the one bragging, the Biden administration didn't release the Epstein files, and then he was on the campaign trail. Day one, I'm going to release the Epstein files, all of them, and you're going to see all these Democrats that was perverts and eating children and these Satan worshipers and pedophiles. But the one person that's seen on camera and video with Mr. Jeffrey Epstein, convicted sex trafficker, pedophile, raping children, little girls 14 years old. Witnesses have testified. They have even gone on TV. He was convicted in prison along with his girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, she's still in prison, but they moved her. They moved her to the little country club prison in Texas, because they basically say, please don't tell what you know about Mr. Trump. And, him and all these pictures with these young women is like, you may know some stuff, so don't talk. But they could have released the Epstein files because his attorney general, Pam Bad Bleach Blonde Job Bondi, said that, I got the Epstein files and all these names, all these Democrats and all these left-leaning billionaires. So they just thought, maybe just Bill Clinton and Bill Gates was on Epstein Island. Yeah, but whose picture and video have we seen next to Jeffrey Epstein more than anybody? Yeah, man. 4-5, Quattro Nickel. Yeah, Quattro nickel, baby. So release them Epstein files. Don't be trying to invade and send the military in to harass people in D.C. All right, I digress. Let me get my guest on. We're going to shift the energy because Friday I was talking about the greatest singing voice of all time. You can jump in the chat room you can argue if you want to. It's not going to end well, but fine. Whitney Houston, who, happy heavenly birthday. On Saturday, she would have turned 62. We lost her back in 2012, a day before the Grammys. She was 48. And I just wanted to do a tribute to Whitney because there have been so many docu-pictures and everything, and they always focus on like the trauma that all the personal trauma she went through, especially with substance abuse, and then the volatile relationship with Bobby Brown. But I haven't seen even documentaries that celebrate the absolute singular genius and greatness, peerless. She was without a peer. Now you could say Mariah Carey and some other folks but Whitney was like one of one. The only other person that I honestly would even put in that conversation, I would make Aretha. But Whitney even was like, okay, I got Aretha, but I see you, Aretha, but I'm going to raise you. I'm going here with it. Whitney was one of one. And so my brother, radio great Rick Party, surprised his brother. He watches all the time, so he jumped in the chat room. And I wanted him to come on because we both did radio in Chicago in like the late 80s and the 90s. So we were like right there at Whitney's, like the peak of her powers. And Rick was so kind to invite somebody on. So my guest, Radio Hall of Famer, voice actor extraordinaire, one of the great voice actors of this generation. He's a voice actor, coach, and teacher. And my guest, he brought in the sister's a singer. She's a voice master. So welcome to and then we got one more there. I just looked down. There we go. And this other brother, he is a singer, and he works in media in Paris, France. Parlez-vous français? So ladies and gentlemen, my upper left-hand corner, my brother by another mother, Mr. Rick Party.
And Geno, pleasure to be here,
there you go,
man.
the beautiful queen that's repping Winnie the Pooh. Tell, I guess is that Disney? I think Disney got Winnie the Pooh, right? Cut your mic on for us.
You're mute.
All right, here we go. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think doesn't Disney own the Winnie the Pooh character?
I believe so.
So they need to cut you a check, my sister.
Thank you. I'll take it.
Hey, Rick, she need to get that Shadura Sanders deal.
I know, right?
So basically, Deion's son, he's not even officially, he's going to make the team because he balled out the other night. But he signed this deal, a special deal to wear smart. So, like, he'll get a percentage of anything with his name, image, and likeness on it.
Right.
Okay.
Jersey sale, and as of now, his jersey is the #1 selling jersey, NFL jersey in America. So,
that is wild.
So El Michelle, Disney gonna have to, you talk to your agent. They got to cut you. That's product placement. So they got to pay you for that.
I'm with it. I'll take it. Thank you.
And joining us from across the big pond over in France, I don't know if he's in Paris. Let me get this right. Jorgito.
Amazing. Jorgito.
See, we got to put that South Side of Chicago in there, brother. You know what I'm saying? I can't quite get the French accent down, but I can give you that South Side of Chicago, that 5930, that Inglewood. Rick and I grew up in that same neighborhood. We can give you that Inglewood vibe to it.
See, Geno, I wanted to invite the two of them along with us because These are my absolute best friends. And I think I have a circle of 4 of my best friends, and my brother and my sister here.
Beautiful.
So that you all know, El Michelle and Jorgito, Soul, I have known Geno for nearly 40 years.
Wow.
Geno was one of my
Wow.
mentors early on in Chicago radio. I would come out and hang out with him on B96. He was one of few that looked like us. What's that?
The Killer Bee.
The Killer. Well, before the Killer Bee though.
What? No, after. Actually, it was after the Killer Bee. But
was it after
the Killer Bee? Yeah, the Killer Bee came after. I came after the Killer Bee.
Oh, that's right. Because that's when Pat Reynolds was there.
Yeah.
Pat Reynolds was.
I still there?
Buddy Scott hired me. Do you know Buddy Scott?
Not personally. The name rings a bell.
Yeah,
I know George.
He had he had the best ratings that B96 ever had. He had a great run for over a decade. Rest in power. He's joined the ancestors, but really a good dude. But
So George and I have known each other for, like I said, Geno nearly 40 years. George and I over 30 years, and we what's that?
Since the New Jack Swing era, early 90s.
New Jack Swing, yeah. And El Michelle and I met through the
almost 40
pandemic.
years. Wait, guys,
Yeah.
New Jack Swing was like late 80s.
Late 80s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, almost.
Oh yeah, it was late 80s, I think. Yeah. Yeah.
One
and
of these
Michelle
things
and I
is
met
not like the
during
other.
the pandemic on Clubhouse.
Oh yeah.
Oh really?
And-
Okay.
Yeah, and we have collabed doing voiceover and all sorts of. I mean, she's an amazing vocalist, instrumentalist. She does everything. I mean, when I first met her, she called herself the voice master. I'm like, who are you?
this.
I don't know who you are. I never heard of you. You don't need the voice master.
So El
And when she
Michelle,
did all these voices.
let me ask some El Michelle, where are you from? What's home for you?
I'm originally from Texas. Sometimes people can't tell because I do all these different voices and stuff. But I'm originally from Texas, living in Boston.
do some voices.
I am. Don't worry. I'm gonna get. I haven't forgotten. I'm gonna get her.
Town.
What part of Texas?
Austin?
North? No, all the way northeast, like 3 hours northeast of Texarkana, Texas. It's all the way. I know. I'm a country
Near the
girl.
border. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Yeah. My maternal grandmother was from a little town in Arkansas, Arkadelphia, Arkansas.
I know exactly where that. I almost went to college there.
Really?
Oh wow.
What college is there? I don't even.
I forgot the name of it, but it's in Arkadelphia.
Really?
It does a lot of music, and that was the closest thing to home that had a band program. So,
Wow.
and I play saxophone.
All right.
Yeah,
So Jorgito, give us a little quick background. Where are you from, man?
I'm from the MIA.
All right, the 305, stand up.
305, but then I lived a few years in the ATL.
Okay, all right, they got too many damn area codes in Atlanta. Like 404, 678. I stopped counting.
Don't they have like a dozen urban stations? I think it's
Yeah,
the
they
only
do. Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
urban station.
And they got a couple. They got like 3 new southern soul stations. So yeah, you're right. You absolutely
Yeah.
right.
And I'm here in Paris. I'm an American Paris.
Beautiful. So, all right. So listen, let me. And you all got shout out to Mr. Macron, your prime minister, your president. Can we switch out? Can we switch out, man?
Sure. Well, when you say like,
Okay, good. So y'all can take Orange Hitler. She said
No.
No.
Wait.
Not today.
L.
No,
Wait.
no.
L. No. Wait. We
He
trying to
said
switch
no.
out. We
He
want
said yes.
Macron. They can have old boy. I'm trying to.
Okay, yeah. I'm with it. I got you.
I'm trying to switch this thing out here.
Carry on.
We'll take Macron and his wife, and you can take Trump and Candace Owens. Y'all gonna?
God. Wow. Oh wow.
He's like, no, I don't like that, Rick. I don't.
Wait, Geno, are we on screen with you
Yeah,
on YouTube?
live.
I don't see us on YouTube.
I don't know why you don't. Let's just go here. Oh, it's streaming.
You can pay up your premium subscription.
Oh yeah, it's streaming.
I see you.
Because I'm looking at
Outstanding.
excellent condition. I'm looking at my stream, and folks are watching. As a matter of fact, my other son, Rick, how are you doing? So They can see you in Chicago because my mother's watching.
Oh, can she see me or can she hear me? But listen, either way,
She
we're
can
here,
see you and hear you.
so.
But no, I'm looking at my monitor. So I have a live monitor. My YouTube is in it when you see me looking off to the side. So yeah, no, we definitely we're streaming. We're good to go. So
Okay, because I'm looking at YouTube and I don't see anything over here, but it's all good.
that's
I see
weird.
you
Okay, I don't know.
fidgeting around. So.
I'll check my phone. But yeah, because like I said, if we weren't, I would know. Well, if not, if we weren't, our mother, your other mother, she's in the chat room now, but she would, because she has called me on camera, like, cut your mic on, or how come I don't see you on TV? So,
Right.
wait, I love the signs. Hold on, what is that? You got New York, Paris, London.
I like it.
Is that like all the stops you've been in, all the places you lived?
It's a pop-up studio.
I like that. There you go. Pop up. There you go.
Pop up.
All right. I got
like
another
it.
comedian on with me. All right. So
Yeah.
So listen, I want to thank you guys. So Rick had you guys come on. I'm sure he probably told you a little bit. Let me see. Sugar Rick. Oh, she said, please can't. She can't see Rick. That's odd. You can see me, but you can't see Rick. So, but anyway, I'm looking at I got my phone. So I was talking about Whitney Houston Friday. I did like a tribute, cause she's like I said, to me, she is just like peerless. She's one of one. Her birthday was on Saturday, and I was telling a story, and I gotta correct myself, basically. So, this was right after her second album, because her debut album came out in '85. So her second album, I Want to Dance with Somebody, came out in 87. But so in 86, so this is before that. So in 86, in August of 86, she came to Chicago, a place, suburban Chicago. Rick knows where it's at. It's gone now. It was torn down. Sears Roebuck Company, they bought it, and then they demolished it. It was called Poplar Creek in Hoffman Estates, which is northwest of Chicago, and it was an open air theater venue. So they had about 8,000 seats that were underneath shelter, like a theater, but the other 17,000, it wasn't actual. It was like a grassy area, and you could come out like a picnic, and you could just sit down. You could have a blanket, or bring your lawn chairs and sit down. But it could hold like 17,000. And I saw Whitney at Poplar Creek. Now, El Michelle, you were a singer, and Jorgito, you are too. If you remember, like Whitney's biggest radio hits had this real kind of pop, i.e., white adult sounding kind of vibe. I mean, her first album was like Saving All My Love for You. It was like soulful. It had a soulful jazz vibe, but then then we almost have it. But those big hits that crossed over pop, and so there was a backlash. See that proves, Rick, that we are live. Because what that little feedback that you were hearing. I'm trying to. That's what I get when I was checking to make sure that we were actually on. And that slapback is me.
It just means you're all powerful.
There we go. Yeah. So that I was getting feedback from my own self on camera. So Whitney got a lot of was getting backlash from the black community. Folks like, well, she don't sound, she ain't doing R&B music, and she sounds too white, and all of that foolishness. And I think what capped it off was in I'm still getting, I don't know why I'm getting that clap back here. In '89, I don't know if you guys remember, she was at the Soul Train Music Awards, and she got booed.
Yeah, they booed her, actually. Yeah.
Yes. And
I think
so crazy.
Sold out.
So I was a good friend. I don't know, Rick, do you remember a guy named Mike Hodges? He was a Midwest rep for Arista Records.
Yeah, record rep. I remember Mike.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So Mike, as a matter of fact, when they had the listening party for Whitney in '85, when they brought it to Chicago, I'll never forget. Because he and I went to Columbia College, Chicago together. So he had told me that she was like really upset. She was pissed, but she was hurt that she had got booed by her own people at the Soul Train Music Awards.
Okay.
And she realized that because she heard the comments and complaints, but it wasn't Whitney's fault. Clive Davis had this vision of Whitney being this big pop diva, i.e. crossover to a white audience, superstar. And it worked. But he did it at the expense of musically kind of stripping her soul, because Whitney was like, from a vocal standpoint, and El Michelle, I want you especially, and Jorge to speak on this, vocally, she was technically perfect.
Absolutely.
Phrasing, diction, articulation, but people also, some people didn't know, some people forgot. Whitney was some newer. She grew up singing in a black church.
The feedback coming back. It's kind of hard to.
Okay.
We're just okay.
All right. So yeah, you guys. So I don't know. I don't know because we weren't getting it at the beginning of the show. So, but I can hear it. I can hear it in somebody's monitor.
Well, I have on headphones, so it shouldn't be picking up. So
I just have
check
my
1,
phone.
2. How's that? Okay.
Earphones usually work.
All right. It seems like it's gone now.
Oh yeah, it sounds clear.
Okay. I guess somebody had. Yeah, it was somebody may have had it in queue. But all right, that's gone. Thank you, Rick. Because I was still kind of hearing it too. I'm still hearing it a little bit. El Michelle, if you don't mind, speak to that for me as a vocalist. And I know Whitney had an influence on you. But what people didn't understand, Whitney, she grew up singing in the church. Her mother was a great singer, R&B singer in the 70s, and went on to be like an iconic gospel singer. So Whitney had this, man, she had that church thing and had that soul, and could she'd get that Holy Ghost and you would get it.
Absolutely.
But Clive Davis didn't want the world to hear that side of Whitney. And I mean, it took a toll. She got so big where he didn't have any choice. But I'd like to get your perspective, especially being a black woman yourself. But just imagine being in that position that Whitney was in, because she had become like a mega superstar.
Well, here's my opinion. Here's how I see it. A lot of times when people are uber super talented, a lot of times they'll get into a lane and people want to pigeonhole them. When there's complete vocal versatility, they want to limit people. And that's actually how your careers end. So when he did that with her, he knew what he was doing. He was thinking the long game, not just what the audience wants immediately right now, because the audience's feelings, they'll get hurt for a moment, right? But they'll get over it, which is true. And it wasn't really to her detriment. It may have been one moment that was like, what is she doing? But him hearing her day in and day out through her performances and all these other things, he saw more, right? Even to the point that people don't know that she sang with Luciano Pavarotti in 1994. She did opera impromptu with one of the greatest opera singers that has ever lived. And she did that purely from her natural God-given gift and from her upbringing and her like sheer vocal versatility and perfection. She's she's unmatched. You can't compare her and put her in anybody else's category. She is in her own. So from somebody that came from the church, went through the R&B, the soul, the ballads and all of that, to be able to transition and to pop and bring a party vibe, which was very needed then, right? And then to step on stage with Luciano Pavarotti in 1994 and sing an opera piece just without even effort, just amazing. So yes, when he did that, he absolutely was genius in pushing her in that direction. People do that. They have, they're fickle. People are fickle. I'll just say it that way, right? But look at what it did. Look at what it did.
Right. Well, now he could have. I would make the. I'll make the argument that he could have still did that because if after that, and Rick and I worked in radio, so we really know that
Hmm.
her music you heard more and more like R&B. I remember
Yeah.
even on that second album, she remade the Isley Brothers for the Love of You.
Ah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
then later on, she did a song, Just a Lonely Talking, Heartbreak
Hmm.
Hotel. So
Hmm.
really by that third album, she was like, listen, Clive, you can kiss my, because I understand the hurt and once
Yeah.
again, we're talking about
That's true.
what was released to radio. And it was
Right.
uh, back back to back pop sounding ballad. Even the up tempo stuff. How will I know? It was still real
Right.
pop sounding, and yeah, she
I'm your
did
baby tonight.
the
All those.
yeah the second album. She did work with Babyface, but I mean she could
Yeah.
have worked with Quincy, Face, you name it, Teddy Riley, but Clive that wasn't his thing. But to the point to where
Yeah.
when when your people, when your community, when your culture
Hmm.
feels that you are somehow abandoning because and
Yeah.
Rick I'm sure knows I know because we were in the industry. I mean, she was really being marketed like to this pop audience.
Over there.
They weren't
Over
really
there.
they weren't checking for black folks. They were not, they weren't, they really didn't even, it's like it was like they were intentionally trying to make her colorless. But anybody that knew Whitney knew that was
Hmm.
because
Oh well.
she
Yeah.
had this, oh, she's gonna be a pop diva. She'll marry a white guy like Kevin Costner. Whitney was like from Jersey. She wasn't like hood. She was hood adjacent. So she was. That's why when she got with Bobby, the world was like what does she see in Bobby Brown? Well, first of all, he was like the R&B star. I mean, late
Totally.
late '80s.
Oh
Bobby
yeah.
was at
Oh yeah, Don't Be Cruel was amazing.
he was at the peak of his
Don't be
power.
cruel.
So, but yeah, that was Bobby wasn't an aberration for her. That was her vibe, and that's why
Hmm.
I mean, for better or for worse, that they really connected. Um, so what it, and then Jorgito, I want you to jump in, but El
Sure.
Michelle, as a singer, and as a female, and as a black woman singer. But you know what? Before I do that, I got to go back. You were talking about Pavarotti. Okay,
Yes.
but there's a connection to somebody else I mentioned earlier, Aretha Franklin, and you know the story about Aretha singing Pavarotti, right?
Hmm.
You've heard that story, right?
I've heard it. I've heard
She
it.
was supposed to sing. I think the way it goes, she was supposed to sing with him or something, and something happened with his voice.
Hmm.
So, and Aretha had never sang classical, and I remember seeing
Right.
that. You can find it on YouTube, and
It's not easy.
without ever singing a classical song, she killed. The world was in shock, but that was to the genius of Aretha, who, when I think of vocalists, especially female vocalists, like I said, the
Hmm.
only person that I would even have in the same conversation, and no shade to Mariah. Mariah's phenomenal, but Whitney and Aretha to me are in a in a class by
That's
themselves.
top tier. It's without question. And it goes back to where they started too. You mentioned the church. A lot of times we don't give enough credit to where people start. And in the church, growing up in the church, you have the opportunity to explore every part of your voice. And that's even the things that take you into places like the opera tones and timbres and all that kind of stuff. So, of course, Aretha, of course, Whitney, coming from that heart, that whole background, and then being able to transition through every genre seamlessly. Of course, absolutely. Top tier.
So what did you learn? What was the most important thing you learned, or what was the biggest influence on you as a vocalist that Whitney had? Was it anything? Was it a technique, or was it something that you learned from her or took from her?
Absolutely. I used to sing a lot of her songs actually. When I was younger, your voice is a little bit higher pitch.
Yeah.
And I started off singing I Believe the Children Are Our Future. Those songs like that. But what I noticed that she did and what made it so beautiful is she took her time with everything.
Yes.
she didn't try to shout or holler. She let the tones speak for themselves. And you didn't ever see her grabbing the mic going, and just like she came up in
That's a
church,
good point.
right?
Yeah.
But her voice was never exhausted completely. It was never because she took her time with it. She was measured, but at the same time, she had feeling. And so when I observed all those things being very measured and intentional, taking her time, and it's masterful. So I picked that up with everything she did. If you listen to all of her songs,
All right,
you
so
hear it.
I'm glad that you said feeling, and I want to get the whole panel in.
Mhm.
So, Hardito, I want to get you and Rick. So,
Or
I saw Whitney live in '86, and I hope that someone else has seen her live, but what I took in Rick and Jorgito. So Whitney was singing like all of her hits, but toward the end, uh, what is it? I Will, or something. She sang a song and it had like a gospel vibe. Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah,
Woo. Oh, El Michelle. Oh my God.
I know, I
Listen,
know.
it was like the black folks are getting the Holy Ghost. White folks was in tears. It was just,
Right.
and it was something that you were not hearing on her records.
Hmm.
And I remember, Rick, I told Mike Hodges at Harrison, I said, man, Clive, they need to let her sing like that. Because it was that soul and that spirit. It just,
Yeah.
because early on Whitney's career, like you said, she was technically perfect, but the complaint
Yeah.
was, especially in the culture, was that you didn't feel Whitney. You felt Aretha, you felt Mary, you felt Anita Baker, but you didn't feel Whitney. But
Hmm.
when I saw that show, I'll never. Oh my God, I was like,
I just think that's a lack of understanding too sometimes, because live versus, marketed recordings, you're not gonna go in every studio session hollering and singing gospel runs. At some point there's a story that has to be told. And so there's a difference between the story being told and then performing the song. And so when it's live, that's what you get. You
but
see what I'm saying?
you felt Aretha
You
on
felt
vinyl.
I
You felt
felt Whitney.
Anita.
I beg to differ. I felt her too though. I did.
Yeah, but as a
Yeah.
you like the cheat code. It's we can't grade on your curve
Right.
because you. But I'm just talking about the average sister,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
just going to work every day. Anita Baker,
Yeah.
you felt. Mary, you feel Mary.
Yeah.
But
Mary, that's all she is feel. She's all feel.
yeah, but I'm
And
telling you,
vibe.
what I witnessed and heard and felt with my own eyes, I'm like, I
Hmm.
need to hear that. I need to hear that on a record. And as her career, as she got bigger, to where she could just tell
Hmm.
Clive Davis to kick rocks, you heard
Right.
more and more of that. Like I said,
Right.
just because she could do that jazzy. She could do anything, like you said. But
Everything.
she could do that sultry, jazzy, just the lonely talking. And then, but she could do the Heartbreak Hotel. But then she could do all the pop stuff too, which
Everything.
was amazing. Jorgito, let's get your take on Whitney, man. What was her impact? What is it that you found most remarkable about Whitney, and what made her special for you, even as a singer? Because she was a singer, man, male or female, it didn't matter. Whitney was a singer.
totally. I really felt that she really came of age when I studied abroad for the first time in the UK. And when I'm Your Baby Tonight came out, the UK is known for soul. And it was right around the time, you remember, was it Soul to Soul? It was right around
Yes,
the Soul to Soul.
that was around 1990. Yes,
Jazzy B. And
91. Yep, that was around 1990.
Yeah, exactly. And when that came out, bam, the UK was all over it. And because they love soul in a way that you would never imagine. And to be there when when that first came out, people were just mesmerized. To experience there outside the US was absolutely incredible, especially because the UK was going through this renaissance of soul.
Yes.
Because we can say Soul to Soul, there's nothing like it. Like Jazzy B, Karen Wheeler, that kind of sound.
We had Loose Ends, one of my favorite groups, and Jane Eugene, who they're trying to deport now, and there was so many others. I think Lisa Stansfield is
Oh,
from.
yeah, isn't
Yeah,
she from? Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
but
Hmm.
I gotta say that's when it really seemed like she was coming of age. And I will say, and this is no disrespect to Whitney Houston, because she grew up, from a family like gospel, and Shaka Khan, didn't she perform at the beginnings with Shaka Khan,
Hmm.
and to be forced to kind of just, but don't forget, it didn't just happen to Whitney Houston. You might remember Gloria Estefan. They wanted them to take the whole Latin music out of their music, so it's the industry that does that. And Clive Davis, he was known, he was a shark,
Yeah,
and don't forget what TLC's story was with LaFace,
yeah.
where they were
Oh.
That was more Pebbles than Clive Davis, but she probably learned that from L.A. Reid, who learned it from Clive Davis. So
yeah, exactly. The thing was that you remember, like with TLC, they were paid with credits as far
yeah,
as the music that they made, and Millie wasn't Millie Vanilli as well part of that whole
yeah,
universe.
it was, yeah.
Right, exactly. And so it was all about just the cash cow and less about the soul of the person. And so, unfortunately, in the beginning, she was just considered a product. We're going to milk this for what it's worth. She's got an incredible sound. And I will say, if you think about I Want to Dance with Somebody, yeah, I mean, her voice is incredible, but it kind of in the same universe as Rick Astley, Never Gonna Give You Up. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like the whitest soul you could ever imagine. Nice guy, but it's the whitest soul you could ever imagine.
Well, I'm sorry, Jorge. I wouldn't put Rick Astley, and Whitney Houston in any
No,
sense. And I know you
no,
were.
I'm not putting them in the same universe. But I'm saying the song,
The beats, the producers. Yes.
Never You Up and I Want to Dance with Somebody.
Yeah.
That was what was given to her. So no, they're definitely not in the same
Oh, I
universe
know.
at all.
I'm just
But what
messing with you.
is, as far as the industry, they were basically giving her something that could have been appropriate for Rick Astley. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah,
Ah.
no. You're right. I mean, listen.
So it's no disrespect to Whitney Houston.
No, I know. I was just joking with you, but no, you make an excellent.
Okay.
You
I
make.
just want to be careful.
No, and I'm just. Come on, dude. I'm effing
Okay.
with you, dude. No shade to Rick Astley. As a matter of fact, Rick Astley was a bootleg version of Colonel Abrams. El Michelle.
All right.
Colonel Abrams was the dude now. Oh, I'm not gonna hit you. That was my.
Wait a minute.
And he had such a tragic ending, though. I hate because he was still young and he hit hard times financially. He got ill. He came down with diabetes, really, I guess, a bad case of like diabetes, and he didn't have money for health insurance, and it was just a tragic ending. But it was a short run. But Colonel Abrams, now, come on, because I'm from the Chi, so that's where house music, the origin story of house music started in Chicago at a club called the Warehouse. Frankie Knuckles, that was playing like all this up-tempo R&B from Philly International from like the late 70s. Teddy Pendergrass, you got what I need. Let's see, the OJs, Message in the Music, all of that stuff. MFSB, Love is the Answer, and all that. But but yeah, Colonel Abrams was my dude. I was a big fan of his. So El Michelle, did you like any Colonel Abrams?
I can't say.
Huh?
I'm amused with your impression of it.
Colonel. Not gonna get. See, you didn't have to be able to sing to do that part. That was easy for me. I don't have I have like no octave range, but that part was easy to hit. That was an easy one to hit. So, all right, did you, hey Rick, did you get to see Whitney live? And
I never got to see
like?
Whitney live. I mean, I was just a kid who was just getting into radio, introduced to Whitney. But what I loved about Whitney the most was just Whitney's beauty, Whitney's ability to just affect many people from all ages, all genres, man. Everybody wanted to be Whitney. I think it's that thing today that we miss when it comes to singers today. Like no one has that sense of style and class other than El Michelle. I mean, we just don't see enough for that today. And just hearing some of these stories now, through George, and I had spoken to I think is it what's his name, Rob from Milli Vanilli.
Oh
Rob,
yeah,
Oh,
something or Robin Fab, I think it was.
yeah, Rob. I
Fab and
spoke
Rob.
to Rob not too long ago, and just all of this is like still coming together. When I think about how great Whitney was, but not really understanding what she was dealing with Clive. And speaking of
that's true.
Rob, I was just so shocked because he loved Whitney as a human being, but didn't like the relationship with Clive Davis.
Right.
And
Right.
it's amazing how Rob just spoke on, Whitney's success and Milli Vanilli's success is what funded the whole
Arista.
bad
That's
boy.
right.
Through Diddy and all these artists that exist
yeah,
now,
that's right.
Biggie and 112, and we wouldn't have
right.
these if it were not on the backs of Whitney Houston and people like Milli Vanilli.
Wait a minute,
Yeah.
Rick. I'm glad you went there, and George and L jump in here. Not only did this, because now, if you remember, let me do a quick history lesson.
Yes, sir.
So Clive Davis worked at CBS.
Right. Exactly.
He left to form Arista, his own company. Now, before I can make an argument, probably his biggest star, and she was an icon, and unfortunately, a tragic ending. El Michelle, I am absolutely certain that you are a fan of this sister, and you know who I'm going to say, Phyllis Hyman.
Oh my God, people
I love
always
Phyllis
ask
Hyman.
me, they always compare me to her. Yeah,
Yeah, Phyllis
always.
Hyman.
Yes, love her.
He had Kashif, and he had Jeff Lorber, and so he had some jazz artists.
Oh, Jeff Lober, yes.
Yeah, but he didn't have that, especially a big pop crossover pop R&B star, and Whitney was it. And Rick, you talked about how the success, especially with Whitney, and then Milli Vanilli, they were like a comet out of the sky.
Yeah.
Not only did it fund Bad Boy, it funded Jive Records, which
Really?
who was
Oh
on
my
Jive,
God.
Rick?
Oh,
R.
wow.
Kelly. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Yep.
Wow.
Arista did the distribution. So I'm just saying there was a lot that Whitney, a lot of folks ate off Whitney's success.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty
a lot
much.
of folks.
Well, also, what about Usher or Justin Bieber? I mean, didn't that
Yes.
also kinda
LaFace.
go-
So that's George. Great. We got
Oh,
the
yeah.
LaFace in there too.
Yeah.
Usher, TLC, that whole
Yep.
LaFace, Tony Braxton.
Yeah, Tony Braxton. Exactly.
mm.
Yeah.
I have a question as well with regards to CBS Records. Is it true, or is this an urban legend, that Michael Jackson was the first artist on MTV to, like, an African American artist,
Yes.
because CBS threatened to
Yeah.
take their artists off if they didn't put on Michael Jackson? Is that true, or is that an urban
Yes,
legend?
yes. So real quick, here's the story. Walter Yetnikoff, who was the president of CBS,
Okay.
went to MTV, but because now
Right.
remember, both headquarters, CBS's headquarters in Midtown Manhattan,
Right.
MTV studios were in Manhattan.
Right.
Walter Yetnikoff went to MTV and said, "If you don't play Michael Jackson, I am pulling Billy Joel and you name whoever the big white rock.
All of
If
it.
you don't play Michael, you ain't playing none of my stuff." And
Wow.
then we saw Billie Jean, and then Michael became the biggest artist that MTV ever had.
And soon
Mhm.
after, your raps, right? Wasn't that after?
Yeah. So shout out to Walter Yetnikoff. He was problematic, but he knew
Yetnikoff.
what he had in Michael, and he was a big fan of Michael Jackson. Who couldn't be?
Wow.
And after Thriller, it was like really Off the Wall was because many people would argue. Some people will just, especially pure R&B,
Right.
there's an argument that many people will say that Off the Wall was a better pure R&B album
And
than Thriller. But Thriller was just such a masterpiece. And
Yeah, it
you
was.
would, the story behind that, I'm sure Rick knows, and El Michelle. The reason we got Thriller because Michael was pissed off at the Grammys. Because they snubbed him. That year, I forgot, because I pulled it up. But there was no way that he shouldn't win Album of the Year. And he didn't. He was nominated for a couple of Grammys, and he didn't get one. and he was pissed off. And he told his mother, I'm paraphrasing, because it was a documentary and he talked about this, that he said, oh, they're gonna recognize me, they're gonna notice me in the future. And he got back with Quincy Jones, and Thriller. The rest is history. So that was like some revenge, you know. You know, it's like they say that revenge love making is something of the best. You know,
Oh God.
you mad? But no, that story about Walter Yetnikoff and Michael Jackson, absolutely, George, was true. Oh yeah,
absolutely fascinating.
Yeah. So, El Michelle, did you ever get to see Whitney perform live?
Oh, I never did. My heart is broken. I never did.
George, what about you?
I absolutely would have loved to. I mean, I got to see Prince live, I can say. I would love to see Whitney Houston, because I mean, her voice was so pure, regardless of what she said. And I just only wish that they would have let her really dig into her gospel roots. You know, like I said, I was taken, like when I heard I'm Your Baby Tonight, for me, that was a moment where it was moving into like a new direction, it felt like.
Yeah.
And you know, I love her version as well of I'm Every Woman, where thing on that as well.
Oh, she killed it. She killed it. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. But didn't Chaka Khan join her, like kind of background or something?
Chaka and her mom, Sissy.
Okay, okay, that's brilliant.
Yes.
But Heartbreak Hotel, you don't get more soulful than Heartbreak Hotel.
Come on now. Heartbreak Hotel. And I'm a fan of ballads, so I loved. But see, I heard that in her second album. That was the second album was out. I don't think it wasn't I'm Your Baby Tonight, but her second album had For the Love of You. Now, we all know For the Love of You, you can make an argument that's the greatest ballad. There's probably more babies made For the Love of You. Them babies now, they got babies
I'm sure.
now. Yeah. That For the Love of You by the Isley Brothers. But to hear her sing it, and El, I'm sure you remember it. I want to get your take and George's too. I know Rick will be back. It was soulful. It was sexy. It was sultry and seductive. But it had a jazzy vibe. Did you hear that, El? Her version of For the Love of You.
I mean, that song in particular, absolutely. That song in particular, it's hard not to carry that. It's really, really hard not to carry that type of that. It's slight crossover, but that feel is jazzy. I mean, I play it on my sax a lot. And so that it just pulls you right into that. And that's a storytelling feel. You know what I mean? It has a different ambiance and a vibe to it when you do it that way. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, now when Ronald Isley did it, it wasn't nothing jazzy. It was straight. It was straight, girl. Go on and go on. Come on, close. Teddy said, close the door. Yeah. It wasn't no jazz in that one. That was just straight raw. We doing this thing.
Well, you know, when you add it, I don't know, because sometimes jazz, you know, that's that music they use for them. You know
but but the Isley Brothers, come on now, you know they was
no.
Yeah, you know, as a matter of fact, they like I tell folks, if you need Viagra, just get an Isley Brothers album. Just play.
God!
Play the B-side with all the ballads. You'll be good. If the Isley Brothers can't help you, then you need to see a urologist or somebody. A cardiologist.
Wait a minute. Pause.
Ronald them Isley Brother ballads. I had them on the show about 2.5 years ago, going on 3 years ago, and I had him cracking up. I said, Ronald Isley. As a matter of fact, all my shows are archived on my channel. I said, Ronald Isley. I said, do you know? And he didn't expect this question, guys. I said, Ron. I said, brother, do you know how many Isley Brother babies there is walking around? And he was like, and I said, millions. He said, yeah, millions.
Yes, Lord. I know it is. You ain't lying.
But it's just such an iconic. But just back to Whitney, just hearing her sing that, it had, like I said, it was sultry and sexy and seductive, but it just had this jazzy feel to it. And you speak to her vocal versatility, and that's one thing I don't hear and see people talk about that enough.
You know what though, with Whitney Houston though, it's almost an unspoken. You don't even have to really. I mean, because every conversation that I have with any other vocalist, I got accepted at Berklee College of Music here in Boston. That's one of the
Oh,
reasons I'm here. As a voice, I'll be teaching after I become Dr. El Michelle.
All right.
So, but when we have these discussions, it's almost just a given. I mean, from the ballads, like we spoke about before, just circling back a little bit, from the ballads to the pop to the opera to the gospel, to her being the fairy godmother, alongside Brandy, who is now known as the vocal Bible, and probably one of the only people now credited to be able to actually carry out, what did she do, playing the role of Whitney Houston. Isn't that something? So there's so many other things. So yeah, I absolutely just from the jazz, I can't say enough how much she is the standard. She is the rule. She's the rule.
Yeah.
She's the rule vocalist.
She
Is the
is,
rule.
and Rick and I Rick and I talked about this off camera, and I want to go there, and then I want to wrap up. I want to get everybody's favorite Whitney Houston moment, and I got a lot, but I may be torn. I think I since it's my show, I'm gonna have to take that liberty.
All right.
I may have to. I got a cite too, but I digress. But Rick and I, man, we talked about so many things about Whitney, and it was just so many unique and special things. But one of the main points that I wanted to bring out is that Whitney, and really, El Michelle, you just spoke of this, and even George, you spoke to it. Whitney was the blueprint.
Yeah,
Mariah,
absolutely.
Christina Aguilera, Brandy, Monica. I could go. You could name names better than I can, El Michelle. Whitney was the blueprint.
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. And it's
No
amazing
question.
how, yeah, a lot of people, I'm sorry, was that El Michelle? I'm sorry, go ahead, El Michelle. I think that was for you.
I just said no question because like he just said, you can go down the list of all the artists who have even covered her music and paid tribute in honor of just that fact that her being the blueprint. Jennifer Hudson, Brandy, Tony Brown, all these that followed.
Christina Aguilera,
All of them.
all
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
All
Black,
of 'em.
white, Hispanic, all of them.
All of them.
all of them. That's right, all of them. And Rick, go ahead, Rick. What were you saying?
No, I was just saying, I mean, we were talking about it yesterday, Geno, how people try to bypass Whitney to compare to Michael Jackson when it comes to Beyonce. Like, you cannot bypass Whitney
No.
and compete directly with Michael, because Whitney and Michael, Michael is Michael and Whitney is Whitney. They carry the genre.
Yeah.
And the beauty about them is that, I mean, they carry the every culture, but that everyone loved them.
Yes.
Like, they could go anywhere and they were loved just for being themselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I loved about the two of them, and Whitney especially. But what's so sad about Whitney is just her life. Just it takes that one little drop of toxicity to nearly ruin everything that was about Whitney, to a younger generation.
Right.
But Whitney was amazing. And I think these are the kind of conversations that, that keeps her memory alive.
Well, speaking of, you talked about the things that happened, the trauma that she dealt with that unfortunately ended her life. And maybe for a younger generation, if they see a lot of these documentaries or biopics that focus on the trauma and not the genius and the greatness, I would just tell them, which will segue me into one of my favorite moments. I talked about one of my favorite moments earlier, which it didn't hit me until I thought about it. And had to do another. I had to go down another rabbit hole, El Michelle and George, because it was so long ago. But I knew I saw her at this outdoor venue in Chicago. I just got the name wrong. I said Ravinia. It was, of course, Poplar Creek Music Theater. But to now keep in mind, this was '86, so she was like a young Michael Jordan, like super athletic. She was at the absolute physical peak of her powers vocally. And oh my God, when she just went in, everything she was singing, but as the night went on, you could just tell she was feeling it. She was feeling the crowd. And I think the song is I Am, but it had a real gospel vibe. Man, I'm telling you, folks was literally not just cheering, they were in tears. Folks were just blown. They was like, damn. They were like, man, Whitney, they were like, Whitney, you didn't sing like this on the record. people were out in the crowd saying that. But for those Gen Zers especially, not so much millennials, but you Gen Zers, I'm sure you can find it on YouTube. Just go and look for the 1991 Super Bowl. The national anthem.
Mm-hmm.
I will say nothing else. I will toss it to El Michelle and George and Rick. So to Gen Z and anybody else, just press play and watch Whitney Houston sing the national anthem.
George, you take it. I don't have words. Just take it.
I remember they had it on top 40. The national anthem went top 40. They played it on every station you could imagine. And don't forget as well, you remember her song One Moment in Time became the theme song for the Dodgers winning the World Series, where I think his name was Gibson, who was injured.
Kirk Gibson, yes.
And he barely make it, going all the bases.
And that was 1988, yeah.
The win of the Dodgers was One Moment in Time. To the point where I created something, and I wasn't a fashion designer at all. I actually created something with the Dodgers and something written One Moment in Time. I took it, like I went to high school. I took the biggest risk because, when you do stuff like that, it could really bomb. But I like that. I was so inspired. That night, I created something Dodgers themed, One Moment in Time. And I went to school and took a huge risk.
Wow.
And okay, I'm still alive.
Well, George, I'm glad you pointed something out, but I want to just add to what you said. So, and Rick and I worked in radio, so we remember this. So when Whitney Houston sang the national anthem, so what happened, there was some folks, some radio stations, people recorded it. Like I played it like a feature on my morning show.
Wow.
And so what happened, the radio stations were getting so many calls. So the record label, yes, they released it as a single.
Oh, so they did. Okay.
But wait, here's the kicker. You should remember this, George. They re-released it a couple years later as a single. Yes, they released it twice as a single.
That I did not know. I never imagined our national anthem being on radio.
Yeah.
I mean, right?
Like commercial radio.
And black radio, except for maybe Marvin Gaye, because Whitney talked about that her inspiration for that performance was she remembered watching Marvin Gaye sing the national anthem at the 1984 NBA All-Star game out in Los Angeles.
Really? Okay.
Which if you haven't seen that, for me, that's the two, it's just, but Marvin's was so soulful and jazzy. Whitney's version was so spiritual but yeah, Marvin, listen, when Marvin got through with that national anthem, folks was like, damn, even like that. This was the Reagan era, so that was a tough era for black folks, and we was catching hell. But brothers and sisters was like, yes, USA. We was very patriotic that day.
And you know what? I'm so sorry I cut you off. But if you think back, it was during the Gulf War.
Yes, it was.
Right.
And then re-released after 9/11.
That's what I just. Thank you. You just made my point. That's what I told him. Yes, they re-released it.
It's the top selling one in history. Top viewed.
Yep. Operation Desert Storm in 1991, Kuwait, and then after 9/11, That's when they re-released it. But
Okay.
Clive Davis never, there's opportunity in chaos, so he wasn't gonna pass up an opportunity to make some more money. So, but yeah, no, that's an excellent point. So I know because Elle, you said I can't even. She said, George, you go but I really want to get your. So tell me, how did you feel in real time? And then as you went on and you developed as a vocalist, singer, and just a song stylist, all of that. Like what it means to you, how it feels now, how it influenced you. But first, I want to know in real time, how did it hit you in real time?
Well, I was much younger than I am now. I'm 48.
Well, you still got that baby face, so
Yes.
Yes, thank you. I'll take it. Thank you. But in real time, I was in awe. There's very few times that I've been in awe that I can remember. And I'm really going through the files of my mind, because not only are you hearing somebody that you look up to, but then you hear the perfect combination of technical mastery. You hear the perfect key changes and transitions. You hear what a voice is supposed to do, and the hairs stand up on your arms, and you actually, that feeling we're talking about. You could actually, probably for me, for the first time other than growing up going, doing this and standing up with a flag, going through school, doing the Pledge of Allegiance and all that kind of stuff. That was the first time I said, this is how it's supposed to sound. And this is where we get the meaning of it, from voices like this. And I was just awestruck. I mean, there's no other word. It's like, this is how you're supposed to tell this story. This is how you're supposed to convey this message. And it was so, from the emotional feeling, from the changes, she took her voice and painted the flag with it. She took her voice and told the story of the country. Just from that, it's the most played in history. And the only other people were, like you said, Marvin Gaye, Aretha Franklin. There's a couple others, Beyonce maybe, but it doesn't come close. It still doesn't compare. She's the top.
No. Yeah, there's nothing.
You can't even.
So as a teacher now, because you talked about like the vocal changes, some of the technical stuff. You didn't say phrasing. I forgot the word that you used.
Yes, phrasing.
But the timbre, but the pitch changes, all those little nuances that those of us that can't sing wouldn't know, but we hear it. We know it's hard, because if it was easy, somebody else would have tried to do it. But
yeah,
it's just
right.
That's a lot of it's got to be God given. But how much of that can you teach, and how hard would it be to teach that subtle nuance in just like the vocal gymnastics, or like people call it a song stylist, but it involves that, like you said, just going from one note to another, being pitch perfect, and just the phrasing and everything. Speak to that in a way we can understand.
Okay, absolutely. This is what I tell my voice acting students and my singing students and my speakers, actually. Okay, say there's an athlete getting ready to run a race. And before he runs the race, what does he do? He stretches. Our vocal cords are muscles too. And based off of repetition and doing these things over and over and stretching those vocal cords and practicing over and over, you learn these nuances. You start off slowly and you build, just like you would do an athlete. We are literally athletes. When we use our voice, they're vocal folds, they're muscles. And just like with any other thing, atrophy can set in. And a lot of times when you hear singers who are struggling, and speakers and voice actors and voiceover people who are struggling, what happens is atrophy has set in, and atrophy sets in so quickly. When that old phrase, if you don't lose it, you use it, you lose it.
Yes.
That's true of your voice too. So people like her, yes, a lot of it is God-given, but if it's abused, if it's not used often, if she doesn't have a vocal coach or somebody working with her, guess what happens? It starts to fall off. So that repetition, the vocal control, the practicing, the exercises, all of that plays a part. And so many of us know that, of course, and that's what I'm going to Berkeley to get my doctorate for. But so many of us know that. But that's how you do it. You start off, you get a great coach. Every singer, every voice actor, every voice over person, they have a coach. And these are the people who know how to take you in and out and through those nuances and how to get there. Can everybody sing like Whitney? No.
No.
Can everybody talk like Rick Party? Can everybody be Jorito Doris?
I love it.
Can everybody be you? No, but there are things that you can every person can learn. I took a person one time, I'll just say this and stop, that she had to do one event. Somebody said, can you sing for this and speak? And she had to do both. And she said, I've never done it before. And she got applause. She worked through it, did her best, did all the technique. Yes, wow. You can master things like that for your own vocal level. Thank you for asking me that. I like that stuff.
Well, then you might know this, but I've never heard anyone mention that Whitney had a vocal coach outside of probably Sissy, her mother, really? And her aunt, Dion. I mean,
Dion.
So
yes,
educators. So maybe you know something as not just a singer, but as a professional and a teacher that you may have heard. Maybe she did have a coach, but I didn't know. But her mom, if nothing else, Sissy had to be a great coach, and then to have Dionne Warwick as your aunt. So, but that's just good DNA, good genetics.
What were you gonna say? I heard Jorito saying something. Did you?
No, we just wanted to. Had you ever heard that Whitney? Because you said all great singers have a vocal coach.
She didn't have a formal one.
Okay.
Like traditional pop stars and stuff like that, but you just did mention it. But see, that goes back to what we're talking about, those fundamentals that we learned when we didn't have access to things in church, right? A lot of us, we knew how to say, dial it back, wait, quiet your voice here, do this, crescendo. Right. We didn't know the technical terms, but those women did know enough. They knew enough exactly how to guide her through all of that. She didn't have just a formal one, but also there are the ENTs, the SLPs, and all these people that do things to help keep your voice conditioned and safe to use too.
And what are those? You say ENT, SLP? What is that? What is those?
ENT, ear, nose, and throat doctors.
Okay.
I just went to one. Rick laughed at. I think he laughed at me. I just went to one where they put a scope down your nose and
I've had it done a couple times. Yes,
that's right.
Yeah, I just did that a few days ago. And then the SLPs, the people who teach you, okay, where some of your other things that you could be doing wrong, help you condition your voice like that. And I teach all those things, a mix of those things. But no, she didn't have formal. She had her mom and Dion. I mean, how can you miss with either one of them women? Hello?
And you got both of them, and you in a house with one who was a great sang R&B gospel. So how could she lose, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And then through the years, of course, there's learning through collaborations. And of course, we talked about Pavarotti earlier and all that kind of stuff, but absolutely.
Well, we need to throw out a quick, and Rick, I want you to jump in and give us your favorite Whitney Houston moment. But Elle and George, her and BB and CeCe were very close.
Oh, God.
BB and CeCe Winans. As a matter of fact, she sang background. They were performing. They had I remember being in radio. They came to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania when that debut BB and CeCe Winans came out. I had them on my morning show, but they performed on the Arsenio, or as they used to say, Arsenio show.
Oh.
And Whitney sang background for them.
Really?
On Arsenio, yes. I'm here on YouTube somewhere. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember hearing BB and CeCe Winans on "Walt Baby Love." I remember. Remember "Walt Love"?
Oh, that's way back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that. A matter of fact, one of my you were talking about the favorite moments, and for Whitney, if you don't mind me going ahead and talking about that part, a lot of my favorite moments of hers, it wasn't even the Star Spangled Banner. It's when she did her duets with the people she loved.
Yes.
That gave a whole different like picture for me, a whole different message, a whole different feel. When she did Count on Me to thick and thin, that was with Cece Winer, and they sat on the on the edge of the stage, and they're laughing. They're recording the video, but you could see something totally different in those moments, stuff like that. And when she told the stories of their relationship, I remember doing that song in high school. I did CeCe Winans part, and a friend of mine did the Whitney Houston part. And I remember watching that and listening so many times that I was just blown away, and knowing the background to that. So those are some of my favorite things that she did. The
You
moments
know
with
what? Speaking of that, when you speak of some of the closest people to her, when she on the stage, when Bobby Christina was a baby,
oh God, yes,
that was one of my favorite moments from Whitney Houston, because being a father of 7 and having to work and figure these things out as a radio broadcaster, you know, I had to, you know, kind of, toggle between the two, being a radio host, being Rick Party, and being Zurich. But, you know, I always wanted to be with my friends, and seeing Whitney Houston and whatever people thought about her, those are the moments that really humanize Whitney.
Yes.
Whatever you thought about Whitney, one thing you know about Whitney is that she was a good person.
Yeah.
And Whitney made people see it doesn't matter what you do. You know, it could be drugs, it can be alcohol, it can be womanizing, it could be whatever it is, whatever your vice is. Whitney taught us that people make mistakes. And we all deserve to be forgiven. We all deserve to be loved. And that's the one thing she always hammered down in her music.
You could tell she loved Rick, just to your point. And I want you to finish your thought, but just to that point. And as a parent, because you and I'm a girl dad times 2, so you got me beat. I couldn't. Rick was trying to catch up with Nick Cannon and them. And
you'll never catch up. I'll never catch up with Nick.
My wife Damaris told me at 2. She's like, I'm done. I'm tapped out. So good luck if you want to go ahead on. You go on with that. She's like,
oh my God.
She's like, game over. Good night. Drive home safely. Right. But she loved being a mother.
Yeah.
She loved being a mother.
She truly did. Yeah. And that's one thing I loved about her. And when I would see people with their children, it was always a reminder to me that this stuff isn't so important. You know, what's at home is important. And it, believe it or not, those little moments, seeing Whitney with Bobby Christina was a pivotal moment in my career, because I have 3 biological daughters. And it was another reminder as a father, while the other ones were adults, to be home. Just be home, you know? And I'm blessed to know that my daughter's right here. And I was able to, in the last years of her life, I mean, she's going to be going to college in 2 years. She's a junior, then sophomore. You guys know what it is. You know what it's like. So it was just a reminder, just to be there. So Whitney Houston, man, the humanizing moments.
George, give us your favorite moment, and then Miss L. Michelle. I hear all these amazing voices.
I think she gave her favorite moment, right? No.
Yeah, no. I wanted we doing a favorite moment, but I wanted to double back, because I got these amazing. So
well, you should definitely have El Michelle sing it out.
Hit me with whatever we talking about.
That's all now. Come on, Rick.
I know. I'm doing too much. I'm doing too much.
El Michelle, look, I'm all about the feel, my sister. So whatever you hit me with, whatever you feel. But first, Brother George, come on, give us your favorite Whitney Houston moment, man.
The thing that hits me more than anything is obviously the original song, Greatest Love of All, has its own place in history.
Yes. But
the way she owned it, and that it's not just a timeless song, it's a universal song. And if you listen to it every day and just know to what extent young people need to grow up learning to love themselves, and everything is inside of you, and it starts from inside. It doesn't start from the outside, where you search out your self-worth, hoping you're gonna, receive the reassurance or what you need. It all has to come from within. And so the way she owned that song was so powerful. And music is living and breathing. And that's something for me is just powerful on so many levels.
And George, I love
That's good stuff.
I love what you said because it's true. Whitney, like Luther, it was like if you wrote the song, you didn't mind her singing it because you know you were going to get paid. You know the royalty checks were going to keep coming. But man, if Whitney did your song, it was over. It was a wrap. It wasn't your song anymore. The only one she didn't.
Her song.
The only one she didn't. Now she wasn't able to hijack "For the Love of You." That's just a testament to Ronald Isley. But just virtually anybody, and she didn't completely take Shaka's song, but she co-owned that joint. She co-owned that. she definitely co-owned it without a doubt. But yeah, Whitney was like, you didn't, as a singer, you did not want Whitney to sing your song. Yeah, go ahead. Somebody was saying something. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was almost like the original song, "The Greatest Love of All," just became.
I think George froze up on us there.
But we forget how she did "I Will Always Love You" off of Dolly Parton.
Yes.
Oh, that one. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I remember. That's why I'm saying she really. But Dolly said she loved it. She was so happy because she made a lot of money. Yeah. She was like, "Girl, I didn't make that much money off me singing." She made
exactly.
Them royalty checks is still rolling in for Dolly. So yeah, she loved Whitney Houston. She's like, "Girl," she's like, "I could have never did it that way." I bet.
Right. It's amazing how people like Dolly even supported us. And we didn't support our own as much. Whitney, I mean, Dolly had no problem. Beyonce sang her song. Whitney sang her music. She had no problems. George, you're back.
I'm back.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah. So, George, we're just talking about, because you mentioned it, and I was just kind of piggybacking, like, unless you wrote the song, and if you had the publishing and the royalties, you were good with it. But as an artist, you didn't want Whitney to sing your song because once she sung it, it wasn't your song anymore. It was hers.
I feel so sorry for George. It's in Paris, and what time is it in Paris right now, George?
Oh, it's late. Yeah, it's 6 hours. It's
almost 3 a.m.
And you have to work tomorrow?
George, brother, man, listen, I cannot thank you enough. Listen,
I'm in 3 a.m. eternal.
I love this panel. So I want to bring everybody back, but I'd love to have you all come on as a guest co-host because Rick is family. He's always he does make time, but he watches more than I realize. Sometimes he'll watch and he won't jump in my chat room. Sometimes he will, so it means a lot. But I loved you guys. So George, thank you, man, for staying up. But come on, El Michelle, we're not gonna let you. We're not gonna let you run. Come on, hit us with some of this magic now. Come on. And you can sing, you can be a voice, it can be all of them. You can give us a little Whitney, since we talked about Whitney. Give us a little Whitney.
Whitney is not present right now.
Okay. Right. So
she's not present right now.
You got to warm up. You got to kind of do your vocal calisthenics. I got you. Okay.
Yeah, she's not present right now. I'm more like Mahalia Jackson right now. So it's a little late.
So, all right, well, give us what you got.
I'll do some voice
on
acting
duty.
Stuff.
Whoever is present and accounted for on duty, give us who you got.
Like that. I like that. Okay. Let's see. All right. This is El Michelle, and there's nothing wrong with your ears. You have reached the voicemail box for 555-7755. Please leave a message after the tone. For English, press 1.
You done those, huh? That's why your voice sounds familiar. Okay.
No. My mom and dad say I can't talk to Rito Dorito Mojito so because he's too old, and then I can't talk to him because I don't know him.
Joe, a deer, a female deer. They call it Stormy Monday. 1, 2, blues is just as bad.
Come on, Billie Holiday. Come on, Billie Holiday.
Oh. And this message from El Michelle will be ending in 5, 4. Now, I'll tell you what, I'm from Texas, and this is what people forget. But just because I'm from Texas don't mean I sound like this right here. Y'all ain't going to get me talking like this, but El Michelle is the greatest, and you got to have her back on your show. I tell you what. All right. Okay, bye-bye now.
She gave me a little Dolly Parton. Go on, girl. Go on with that. Girl, with that. Come on. Come on, Billie Holiday. Girl, don't play.
Oh, the Stormy Monday.
Don't play.
Yeah, Stormy Monday. And then who's laughing? Rick laughing at me.
No, that was me.
No, that's Geno.
Like, girl, that's Stormy Monday, girl. Come on, don't play now. You gonna get, get us in trouble. You gonna get everybody.
And then we talked about the opera. We talked about the opera as well. Okay, so I will do this.
Okay.
Got to back up.
I see. I'm like, we better get ready for this one, Rick.
There we go.
Well, damn. Yeah. Well, damn, girl.
Yeah.
So listen. So make sure you give us. We're gonna start. I'm gonna start off with you. We need your social media so we can follow you, and if you got a channel here on YouTube, but I'm sure you got all kind of just great content, great stuff up on your social media platforms. So please share it.
All right. It's at the symbol LMICHELLE. El Michelle McCray, MCCRAY. That's on Instagram. That's on TikTok. And if you have an Oculus headset and you're a gamer, it's on there too.
Look out,
at
girl.
El Michelle McCray on all social media.
So back in the day, did you think about doing the Girl 6 thing?
No. No,
with that versatility, come on, with that versatility, come on now, you and that you could have just did your Billie Holiday Stormy Monday kind of vibe, and it'll work. It might have worked. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So, all right, so on all platforms, it's give us that again, El Michelle.
At LMICHELLE McCray, MCCRAY. 2 L's, 2 C's. El Michelle McCray. On Instagram, TikTok, Oculus. And then my Black Country Music page as well. I have a Black Country Music page at Black Country Music. And you can see some great Black country artists there and some interviews and a lot of fun stuff going on.
Come on, Cowboy Carter. Because, boy, you know, some of them country folks is mad. Beyonce, now, she is the highest grossing country music tour artist. She had the highest grossing country music tour ever. And folks is in their feelings.
That's all you gotta say.
Well, but George, what they don't understand is that if they knew their history, they would understand.
If they knew the country music,
like brother named DeFord, I forgot.
They would pause.
There were Black artists who brought the banjo from West Africa, who taught those white folks basically. Country music was once again the music industry. The same songs that Black artists were singing, they called it race music. The white artist that was singing basically the same blues with the banjo that was taught to them by our ancestors. The industry, the music industry labeled it country.
So it was a way for them to kind of.
Yes.
Absolutely.
What's the word when you
hijack it?
Neighborhood and you gentrify it?
Yes.
Appropriate, hijack.
It's great. That's exactly what happened.
But if you think about all musical styles, jazz, wasn't it Gershwin who kind of brought it to, at one point, and I don't want to say Gershwin was like the Elvis of jazz, because I mean, he was super I don't know what your thoughts are on Gershwin, but that's when all of a sudden it opened up, to a new audience. But, whether it's jazz, country, blues, rock
and roll, Big Mama Thornton, Rosetta Tharpe, Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry. Did you know, and I just learned this recently, Jimi Hendrix was playing with Little Richard before he was Jimi Hendrix. And unfortunately, like he was super talented, but because he even had problems with, substances, and at that time, Little Richard's brother let him go and said, we can't count on you. I'm sorry, you're talented, but we can't count on you.
So he played with Little Richard.
Richard,
Then,
yes.
Then he wound up playing with the Isley Brothers.
Oh, I heard that's right. You're right. Yeah.
And his guitar solos were so mean. It was like, yo, man, you can't show up. You can't show
Right.
up. They like, you need to have your own gig. And right after that is when he went solo. Oh, yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
But
So,
I think Little Richard, like he wasn't known yet. I think that was like the early days in the early '60s or mid '60s.
yeah, but I tell them, Google Rosetta Tharpe and Big Mama Thornton, all right, Chuck Berry. So y'all, all that, like I said, Little Richard, as he says, the architect, Chubby Checker. I digress. So George, my brother, where can we follow you, my friend? On social media.
Shades of Soul and SOL, like
I like that.
Soul.
I like it.
Shades.of.soul, SOL. It's a play on words, as you can imagine.
I love it. Thank you, man. I loved having all of you guys on. I want to have you back. Hopefully, you'll definitely come back on. I got to bring on Miss L. Michelle. I don't know. I'll just let her. She can just be whoever she is, whatever she is feeling that day. She'll just be the guest co-host. You could just be, ain't no telling who. And I love that creativity. So thank you.
I'm every woman.
I bet you could do some Shaka too. Come on, we both, Shaka's from the south side of Chicago.
Nah, Shaka's not present either. Look at Rick.
Yeah, come on. And that's our south side of Chicago. Come on, you gotta be like.
Now when I come back, I'll have my music tracks and I'll hook you up there.
All right, good. All right, then we putting Shaka. As a matter of fact, Rick coming back with us. He gonna come back with you because you got his with that. So you gonna give us some Rufus and Shaka Khan. Tell me something.
Absolutely, and play my saxophone with it.
Oh, brilliant! This is amazing.
Shaka really, because Rufus back in the day, even though that song "Tell Me Something Good" kind of crossed over R&B and then it went pop.
It did.
But Rufus was really, they were like a jazz band. A lot of people don't know that.
Funk, jazz.
Yeah, funk jazz.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was like a fusion. But they had there's like a lot of those songs you listen to them. They had a jazzy vibe kind of, because that's what they were more jazz than anything. And then they got Shaka, and they was like, oh wait, hold on.
And
Come on here, right?
Tunisia, when she did Night in Tunisia.
Yes.
She nailed it. I mean,
absolutely.
That is a real, El Michelle. That's a real Shaka Khan fan.
Yeah.
No,
the
fact that you cited that song, that means you are a real
of
Shaka
all songs. Yeah.
No, for me, Shaka Khan, like, I'm just that leaves me speechless. I mean, and I still love Ain't Nobody. I know it's like top 40.
That's the joint.
Yeah.
Buddy, it's a complex. The music and the
beats.
Anytime I hear it, it's just.
Oh, that is one of my favorite songs. Period. Even now, when I hear that, I'm ready. Just that opening.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man.
Like it's complex. Like it's real music.
Yeah. But that's shocking. Rick, take us home, man. Let me thank you for bringing on El Michelle and George, my man. Jorgito. So
well, I want to say, Geno, thank you for having us on, man. I mean, this is what you've been doing has been a blessing to so many people. You come on here, and you give of yourself, man, endlessly, tirelessly every weeknight, and it's amazing. And I don't know if you two knew this, George and El Michelle. His mom, whom I affectionately call Mama Mary, she sits in that audience. And by the way, she wants to know where can she find more of you, El Michelle, because she absolutely loves your voice. So
thank you.
Thank you, Rick, he's checking my chat room for me. Thank you, brother.
Yeah. And this is what it's all about. It's about community. It's about, finding who your people are, who your circle is. And this is one of the reasons why I wanted you two to meet Geno, because Geno means the world to me. I mean, Geno's one of the reasons why I'm here doing this today. We've been brothers, forever, and I wanted you to meet George, Jorgito Sol, and El Michelle, two of my very best friends. So here we are. So
we're
that's
definitely
it.
family. As a
Yeah.
matter of fact, so I'm producing this show in real time because we paid homage to Whitney
Yeah.
in a couple of weeks. I hope that you guys will be available. I don't know exactly what I know when his birthday is. I just don't know what day of the week. But we talked about Michael Jackson. I would love to have this conversation that we had about Whitney with Michael about Michael Jackson. Because somebody, so like the Gen Zs, and I don't blame them, every generation has like their great, but some generations got like the greatest.
Oh yeah.
So a lot of Gen Zs are they're saying, oh, like she is like this generation, she's like Michael Jackson. And it was probably an older head, but he made an interesting point, and I'd love to get you all's take. He said, if for no other reason, you can't compare Beyonce's impact, not taking anything away as a performer, and she studied Michael and Tina, so she is phenomenal. There's nobody performing live better than Beyonce today now.
Yeah.
But the point he made about impact, he said, and George, my brother, you brought it up, so thank you.
My pleasure.
Michael Jackson forced MTV, and like, if you were like under 45, 50, you may not really get the impact of MTV. Because now they got reality shows. MTV played music videos 24/7, 365 days. And you didn't have YouTube, and you didn't have all these social media platforms and apps. So and if you could afford cable, MTV was it. Period. Yeah. And they were not thinking about playing black music when they were forced. Michael Jackson was so bad, no pun intended. Yeah. MTV was forced to play Michael Jackson's music. And then think about all the artists, because there was a lot. I was coming out of high school into college with being in the radio and TV like I am. I remember artists, Prince, Rick James, a lot of great artists who should have been on MTV. They couldn't get on.
He was very vocal, Rick James.
He would. Thank you, George. He was very vocal. Man,
and he also said, why isn't it possible to have Billy Joel, Luther Vandross, mixing the rock with the R&B and kind of shake it up. And he was very vocal. I think there was even a CBS News report that you can even see on YouTube still.
Yes.
That's a fascinating report. If you put CBS, MTV, you can find it. Yeah. It's a fascinating report.
Michael Jackson, not only did he didn't just kick the door down, he knocked that beach off the hinges. And then he took Michael Jackson, it went from like MTV to MTV, like Michael TV.
That's what the M stood for, Michael.
Yeah, it was like Michael.
Yeah, that's it.
But
pretty much,
it opened the door for Prince and for Rick James, and then a whole Whitney. Then Mariah Carey. The floodgates opened up even.
Oh, completely.
Yeah, but yeah.
Well, I have something else I'd like to. Do you remember when the Super Bowl halftime show became something important? Do you remember the first Super Bowl halftime show that was a real Super Bowl halftime show?
About a year before Michael did it.
No, it was Michael. No, because
a year before Whitney. About a year or two before Whitney did it.
Because it's a fascinating story. You know who actually started it indirectly? It's a great story. I've loved this story. In Living Color, actually pushed the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Remember, they
invited I do.
Everybody during halftime, because at that time they just had marching bands. And so they invited everybody during the halftime to have a halftime, like the biggest Living Color Super Bowl skits. and they had the timer. So when it ended, you go right back to the football. And the NFL said, never again. Michael Jackson.
Exactly.
Michael Jackson. And that's when everything changed.
Yeah.
In living color changed everything. And then Michael Jackson changed everything.
That was a good
That's
point.
a good story.
Right, because they
These
were
are
I think they used Super Bowl was on Fox, so that's a great
Yeah.
story. Yeah, but Michael completely changed the game. So thank you guys. Listen, I hope we can get together in a couple of weeks. I would love to have this conversation about Michael Jackson, because you talking about impact. It's just, I mean, the impact that the culture, and not just our culture as African Americans, as brothers and sisters, but just music, period. Even like I said, the white artists, there's culture vultures, and the ones that are like legitimate or like organic. You can tell the ones like John B. You can tell he's not a poser. John B. grew up, he talked about all the R&B acts that were a big influence, but you can hear it in his music. And then you had some posers, Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, I'm curious. How is he seen in the
as a poser, especially if you like 40, 45 plus? Because when he was in his peak, and you can find this, you can go down the rabbit hole, whatever, Google, Go, whatever, your search engine. He took a little shot publicly at Prince. He was.
Prince also, he like, Prince had great respect for great artists, but for him, Justin Timberlake, he had some feelings towards him musically.
Well, Justin took a shot at him.
About it.
Yeah. Justin took a shot at him and was talking about, he was, in essence, he was saying, look, I'm the sexy dude, you ain't so, he took a shot at the wrong person. That's like taking a shot at Michael Jordan back in the day.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to, because first of all, Prince did everything himself. He laid down instruments one after the other. You can't do that. Like Prince is untouchable. Say what you want about him. It is true. He was so obsessed with perfection that if he got up at 2 a.m, he wanted everybody to get up at 2 a.m. and play with him. Yeah. And so, yes, he had a side that was beyond demanding, but he was a musician's musician, as you said before. And I mean, there's no one like him. I mean, before there was digital, wasn't he laying down instrument after instrument after instrument and doing the whole thing himself?
So the album, his first album, and I forgot, it was, I think, called Prince. He had the afro. So that demo, which is the album that we heard, he went to Warner Brothers. And so he this little young kid, little short, little sawed-off dude, and they were asking, who played this instrument? Who played that instrument? Who did the arranging? And Prince, when I say everything, he played every instrument. Like you said, he laid down every track.
One after the other.
He did his own lead, background vocals, he beats, he produced, he mixed it, he did he did the whole thing, and took it, because as a matter of fact, there were a couple other record labels. I think CBS was one that they for whatever reason they passed on him. Whoever did that, maybe Clive Davis did that, which is why they fired him and he wound up there. I'm just guessing. But they did not believe it. And then he did like a jam session, and they was like, oh shit, this, because they couldn't believe that this young kid played like everything, laid down every instrument. He could play like 20, I think the last number I saw was like 27 different instruments.
Really?
And if you go back in my archive, all my shows from the last nearly 5 years are on my YouTube channel. One of my first big guests were Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. When they released that album of like, they had all the different artists on. That was, I guess, going on 5 years ago now.
I love Jimmy Jam.
Yep.
Didn't they work with Janet Jackson?
Yeah. Control, Rhythm Nation. Yes.
Yeah.
Prince,
I was in the UK when that came out too, and I was like, what can you say?
Yeah.
I love every song, everything from Black Hat to like.
So all right. So listen. I hope that you guys, Rick, and I'll get a date. And hopefully you guys will be available. If nothing else, even if I have to move it around close to Michael Jackson's birthday, but I would really, I would love to have this conversation. I would be honored to have this conversation. Thank you guys for giving me so much of your time. I have enjoyed this. Rick and I vibe like this all the time, so now you all are family, and El Michelle, you got a new fan. My mom is so I guess she gonna say, Jeannie, does she have an album? You got to get me that.
I'm gonna work on it. I'm working on it now. I have the title and everything.
I know. Trust me. When I talked to her after the show, so there's your answer, Mother, because I know she would ask me that. Absolutely. So, all right, listen, Rick, I want you to take it home, but I got a point of privilege, and I can't confirm this, El Michelle and George. But I got a text message from a friend of mine, B.J. Murphy. Rick, you know B.J. Murphy.
Of course.
So B.J. Murphy sends me a text, and the short version of the text is that they are in the process of there's a Black Radio Hall of Fame, and they're doing a South Carolina chapter. I guess there's already a North Carolina chapter. So he sends me this text, and he says that we want to honor you in this Hall of Fame, and it's 2 weeks in Charlotte. So
oh wow,
I don't know this, but I know how. And he, even if he did it, he will probably not admit it because Rick is really humble like that. He is, Prince kind of moved like Prince did so much for people, and his one rule, he would not let people like if you were his intermediary, if he had you deliver whatever it was, you had to almost swear a vow that you could not tell whoever Prince gifted, he did not want them to know who it came from. So,
and he didn't accept gifts. And there's a friend of mine who played with him with his last band, and he bought him a watch, and Prince looked at him like he was crazy. Like, he said he almost lost his job because he said, I don't accept gifts. So he was that humble. He only wanted to give.
Yeah. So that's real talk. So Rick has got that energy. So knowing maybe Rick and BJ must have had a conversation, but if you did, like I said, Rick probably won't admit it, but I appreciate it because Rick is.
I didn't do it. You deserve it. People recognize greatness. It's just this simple.
Well, like I said, he got that.
That's
but see, L, if you know him like I know him, and George too. Yeah. See, Rick has got that. When he got that grin, that innocent grin, because Rick is not a liar. So people that don't lie are not good liars. So you can usually their face will usually tell. There's a tell. You can he's not going to admit it. But
let me just say this, man. I always say when it comes to me as a talent, I put some of the greats in my early career in the bag. And year one, like I always say, it's Earl Boston, it's you in Chicago, and then outside of Chicago, another people. You and I have stayed consistent more than anybody, more than me and Earl, more than anyone. You're my brother from another mother. You're everything to me, man. And if there were no you, there wouldn't be a me. I mean, there would not be a me. So listen, Geno, the truth of the matter is that I dropped the fat wad of cash onto. No, I'm kidding.
Now we get.
No. Truthfully, I didn't.
There's the real backstory. But you know what? I'm not complaining. I'm grateful, and I'll receive it anyway. I wasn't looking for it. I didn't expect it. I was totally blind. As a matter of fact, it wasn't false modesty because it just. I didn't see this coming. And, when you're not looking for something, I didn't do it for that. I do it like I do this show, Rick mentioned. I do it for the love of doing it and being able to have a platform and a voice to speak, just to try to use entertainment and humor and celebrity guests to empower and enlighten and educate, use the entertainment to educate and uplift humanity in general, but specifically our culture and our community,
right?
Because America has given us its ass to kiss for 406 years. So
absolutely,
if we can't, they say you can't love outside the home. First you got to learn to love yourself.
That's right.
You can love anybody. Yep. So I gotta love. I love myself, but I have to love my culture, my community, where I come from, and I'm not anti anybody, but
right.
I don't have we all as black people understand, it's like, yo, if we don't look out for each other and embrace each other and uplift each other and be the wind beneath each other's wings, ain't nobody else gonna do it outside.
That's right.
So I'm 10 toes down with that. So I just wanted to thank you, Rick, whether you did it, but like I said, he won't admit it, but I know how Rick moves, and it just kind of came. And I know he knows B.J. Murphy, so
of course, I haven't spoken to him I haven't spoken to him in years.
Oh, you haven't really? Okay, what? See, I didn't know. So,
yeah.
But anyway, so thank you. All right.
I mean, I may have texted him though, but I didn't speak. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Gene. I'm just riding with it, man.
We'll get the truth eventually. It'll come out. It'll come out like, ESPN has like the 30 for 30, or it'll be a Netflix doc. The real.
But I tell you what, when this happens, I can't wait to be there to celebrate you, though.
Well,
I can't wait to be there to celebrate you.
It's like 2 weeks out, Rick.
Oh wow! So you're going to be in that one?
I sent you the text.
Oh, Geno, I'm going to be there. Is it going to be in St. Louis?
It's in Charlotte.
Oh, brother, I'm going to be there to celebrate you, man.
So he's doing
for sure.
They're doing a South Carolina chapter. I guess there's already a North Carolina chapter of the National Black Radio Hall of Fame, and I know they got one in Atlanta.
Oh, I have to be there, man.
So I sent you the text. It's got the address. I didn't know, but it's 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks from last Saturday, the 20th. Okay. I think the 26th.
Oh, sooner.
I copy and pasted the message that he sent me. So
okay.
Yeah, I'm blown away. So listen, El Michelle, I want to have you on Fridays. I have like guest co-hosts, and Rick has been one, but I'll get your number from Rick, and you can kind of let me know. I know you're going to be teaching, but give me some windows that one Friday I want to get you. Because I like the energy, and my man George, he knows music. Like, so we could do a whole episode, George, about like just kind of mute.
Hey, George is good on politics too.
Oh, really?
George loves politics.
Yeah. I work in international.
Would you just go back and watch any monologue from just last week?
Yeah,
Rick can tell you.
He writes that stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
Good. Oh, we definitely need to talk because
I write a lot.
I got some big things, some additions that I'm making to the show in terms of just from a technical standpoint. I'm making some investments in terms of upgrading, being able to do videos and just some other stuff. So we'll definitely talk. Rick, please give them my number, and you guys text me. Thank you, Rick.
Absolutely.
Man, I love you, brother, and you know that, and it is an action word.
Love you too, man.
DNA don't make you. I just want to close with this, and I'll open up the floor to anyone that has any final thought. But I just want to say this: DNA does not make you. I used to tell people, DNA don't make you a daddy. It makes you a donor. DNA does not make you family. DNA means that you share DNA with another human being, but that does not make you family. What makes you family is the connection here. El Michelle, we were talking about the feel and the vibe and the spirit and the George helped me out over there in France, the esprit de corps.
I like that. Oh, that was brilliant.
Sharing the same spirit, seeing the world through the same lens and having the same sense of humanity and compassion and empathy and rooting for your success. Being more excited. See, Rick is a kind of like me. I get more excited. I'm like Rick's biggest fan. I get more excited about people that I care about and love. I get more excited for their success than mine.
Yeah.
Because with mine, I'll still nitpick. That's that Maytorism in me is like, yeah, but I could have did this. So you know what I'm saying? But I get the people that I love. I'm like their biggest. Flavor Flav don't have nothing on me. All I need is the clock. I am like the biggest hype man for the people that I love and care about. So that's what makes you family. So
yeah.
that's why he is in so many other reasons, but that's what's made Rick and our family. So that's what I love you, brother. So
Love you too, man.
I'll just anybody have any final thoughts? I'll let you guys take it home and just thank you all again.
I just want to say thank you for having us. Thank you to one of my best friends in the entire world, Rick, for the introduction. I can't thank you enough. I got to meet Jorito. And you just this was just amazing. So thank you for allowing us to come on and share this space with you. And I'll be back.
Yes, you will. Wait, George, I gotta ask you. Do you get a little upset that she make you nervous? It seems like she can get that Jorito even better than your own name, better than you.
No, but that's saying she actually she took it to another level, and so that requires me at my game. So that's where I'm at.
Wait a minute. Isn't that a damn shame when, wait a minute, somebody say your name better than you? Like, wait, hold on. Wait a minute. You can't outdo me.
I got it my game.
I know, but you know what? That was good. It made you step up your game. You're right, because
exactly. May I offer now my own feeling of inspiration based on
Yes, come on, brother. Yes, absolutely, man. We kept you up all damn night. That's the least we could do.
Yeah.
And the enemy's busy now. He wants to, the enemy's trying to freeze up his live shot. There you go. Go ahead, brother.
Am I back? Okay. When you said that, I mean, not only, Zork and I, we've been, my son Nathan said his first words with Uncle Zork.
Wow. When
I came to Miami, and he was 7 months old. And I still have the video where he was so funny. Do you remember Zork? Where he was trying to hypnotize him and say, "You're getting sleepy." And he was putting his hands near his eyes. And there was one moment where Nathan just pushed his hand away. It's like 7 months old. And it was the funniest moment. That it was just and he said his first word, "baby." And we went to the moon. Nathan now is 16.
Wow.
And going to Michael Jackson, he just saw the Michael Jackson Broadway musical in New York a couple of days ago, because he is so fond of Michael Jackson. And when I said Michael Jackson, even the B-side, even, you remember the song from Ben, like, "Will You Be There in the Morning" or something?
Yeah.
Or, even the duets with Paul McCartney. In fact, is it true that The Girl Is Mine was inspired by the Boy Is Mine inspired by The Girl Is Mine? Or is that an urban legend?
What you talking about? The Boy Is Mine, Brandy and Monica?
Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney saying The Girl
Is Mine.
And then
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, now,
I never thought about it.
Yeah,
Wow.
George, I can't confirm or deny that. I got to, you know what? I'll have next time you come back on, I'm gonna have an answer, because I know who to call. Because I hadn't heard that. I hadn't heard that one.
Yeah. All I can say is that Nathan, he loves Michael Jackson, and Zurich. I don't know if I'd ever told you this. Every single song you could possibly imagine, and even the B-side. When he was, you remember the documentary? It was an amazing documentary. This Is It. That was supposed to be the concert, but it became the making of the concert. Mm-hmm. Nathan grew up watching that. That was something we had in the house. For me, I didn't have Nathan grow up watching SpongeBob SquarePants. We watched real music. When we watched the Muppets with Will I Am or Usher, or Sesame Street, and concerts. And when he was like 3 or 4, he sang Jean Valjean, Les Miserables. At the point where he clenched his fists, and I can tell you, I love Les Miserables, and I sang it in high school, and I sing it with, even now. He grew up surrounded by music, all kinds of music, whether it was musicals, R&B, everything under the sun that you can imagine. That's what's been his world. Jazz. We even go to he's 16. We go to jazz jam sessions. Actually, Zurich was there with Sharita. I took them. I had the honor of taking them. What did you think of it, Zurich? The jam session.
Oh, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I
And
sent El Michelle those those videos too.
I was jealous.
Yeah. Yeah.
you imagine it's 6 days of the week. They do that 6 days of the week. That isn't just something every once in a while. It's every day except I think Sunday night. Every single day of the week at 11 o'clock.
Wow.
And they have full price concerts, but the jam session's €9. Anyone can go.
Wow.
And they
Wow.
have the best musicians coming there, and they're there for the passion for playing. And sometimes those are even better than the concerts because in the
It is.
laboratory and everyone's just coming together, and
Hands down.
it's time to just experiment and just to a life moment, and you feel like you're part of something magical. And it's just and so with Nathan, back to what you were saying, for me, I'm long far away from like parenting. I'm accompanying on his journey because I want life. I want him to have a burning curiosity. I want him to see every day like where it's a discovery, unpredictable, experimenting. And what's funny is sometimes, and Zurich seen this, I actually push him to push the boundaries. Like he's the one like, Papa, can we just chill today? Because we saw Kool and the Gang. Okay, this is really big. We saw Kool and the Gang on Father's Day. The first time I saw Kool and the Gang was at James L. Knight Center in Miami at 16. And this year at 16, for the first time, he saw Kool and the Gang live in Paris on Father's Day.
Wow.
That's so
the
cool.
connection
In
we have
Paris. Yeah.
in Paris. And I mean, we share so many things. When there was a time, and sometimes it's a natural thing. He told me something about school. Like, sometimes when they get older, they kind of pull back and they don't tell you as much. I was so taken by all the things he was sharing with me about school. And he said something like, yeah, it was a good day. And I threw him back Ice Cube. And he hearted Ice Cube.
Oh,
That's the way we communicate.
That's beautiful, man.
Amazing.
That's the way we communicate. So when you say that, I feel it on many levels because we experience it where for me he knows that life is to be embraced and it's to be shared and it takes a village. And I'm thrilled that at 16 he's starting to get into fashion, and he was in New York. And I have to tell you this is love. I could not go because we just moved. I had to be working. I had to get the place. And for the first time ever, he traveled by himself at 16 to see our family. But I didn't feel left out. It felt like an extension of, I felt a part of it from here. And he never would have had that experience had I gone. So for him, it was a major, and it took a lot for me to feel like this is the way it's supposed to be. We're all in our place. That's
right.
when you know there's love. You don't have to be there presently, because you're a part of the environment already. And when he went there, my niece, who's 11, she plays the sax, she plays the French horn, she plays the piano. She was in a musical. He was there, and a whole week she was doing a recital, a concert, a musical. And at the musical, they have a fashion director at the high school, which I've never heard of before. And she does all the costumes. She was so taken by Nathan's passion for fashion. They did workshops 4 or 5 times during his stay there, working on designs, which he had never done before, and sewing and working on textiles. He was over the moon.
That's so cool. Wow.
Congratulations on that.
But I want to share back,
Wow.
Hey, man, listen. Look,
Congratulations on all of that.
I'm a girl dad. My daughters will tell you, especially, well, the baby girl, Allie, because she's, they're like, please, Dad, don't. Stop. Don't. They just like, no, stop bragging. Stop, baby. So I get it. Like you get more joy out of seeing your children or family members have success than you do. So
Okay. So I'm the only one that did not mention. I am a boy mom. I have a military son that is doing amazing. There, I just added mine.
Well, no. It's funny you say that. So I know my mother's still watching. So she is probably going, wait, she said, Rick, you are the same sweet son to your brother Jeannie. But
I love her.
So, El Michelle, my mother would tell you, because I am the oldest and I'm the only boy out of 3. So people have always, there's nobody, there's nobody, I'm biased, there's no bond stronger than the bond that my mother and I have. You know,
We talked for 3 to
joy,
4 hours on the
pain.
phone.
So yes. So you don't have to say it. I already. As a matter of fact, you and my mother have bonded eternally now. Because if you all met each other face to face, you all would probably just spend the whole time talking about, and then Rick, I'd have to leave because I'd be embarrassed. I'm like, all right, mother, enough. I'm leaving. Because my mother would go on, but it's funny, as a parent, and Rick, you talked about it because that's another bond that Rick and I have, and George, you just talked about it. As a parent, I get it. I understand the feeling my mother has for me. Because I have it for my girls. I get that same joy. So I can just look at your face. I know the look. All my life.
Rick has heard all these stories. You have, he's the male muscle-bound MMA boxing military version of me. He does everything I do. He does everything.
That's a hell of a description. I love
my
that.
baby.
Yes, and I call him. He's a grown man. He's out going on 30, but he's headed towards 30. But like he does everything I do.
Look at my baby.
And I know my baby, and he's got a full beard and deep voice, and I'm like, oh, mama's baby, yeah.
Well, I don't know what's his name.
Thank you for letting me share mine.
His
name
Jordan.
is Jordan.
Jordan.
His name is Jordan. He plays the drums. He can sing. He can sing Frank Sinatra. He can sing country. He can sing a little bit of opera. Fights, bass guitar. All kinds of things. So he does literally everything. Baseball, everything I did, he's done. Can do acting. He was Travis Younger in A Raisin in the Sun when I was playing Ruth Younger. We sold out 3 weekend shows, 3 weekends, 3 nights, 3 weekends, 3 nights. And he acted right alongside me. But throwing it back to that question, was The Boy Is Mine based off of the Paul McCartney? It absolutely was. It was an answer back and forth.
Nailed it.
And back to you, Geno.
Thank you for that, because I heard, but I wasn't certain. It wasn't
double for 400, please.
Yeah, you won, man. Because I'd heard it, but it wasn't. Because see, a lot of the stories, virtually all the stories that I share, I either have firsthand knowledge or it's somebody like I talked about my buddy Mike Hodges that worked. Because growing up in Chicago was cool, because like that's a major market. So like, every major record label back in the day, Rick would tell you, because they used to all come to the radio stations, and we used to get all kind of CDs and albums and tickets. So every major record label, they had a Midwest representative.
Right.
So a lot of these stories, either I witnessed them or just because I had friendship with all the record reps out of Chicago, because they were everybody who was based in Chicago, no matter where, they go to Milwaukee, St. Louis, Detroit, Cleveland, Cincinnati, St. Louis. But for the most part, still Indiana, everybody's headquarters was in Chicago. So, but I want you to clip this and send it to Jordan. I don't know, who did you name Jordan after? It wasn't Michael Jordan, was it?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
She said, hell no. I ain't naming my baby after that Negro.
I know. Absolutely. But I'm going to clip it. Go ahead. I got you. Let's go.
So, Jordan, I just want to give you some advice. You're not quite 30 yet. All right? I just reached 6 decades around the sun. When you hit 6 decades, you are still going to be your mama's baby. Trust me, because my mother would tell, she's like, Jeannie, you still my baby. And now, as a dad, I tell my daughters, one in the 30s and the other one 23, they're still my babies. So Jordan, and that's a blessing. Be glad that you have somebody that still sees you that way and has that kind of love. So I get it, bro. So just roll with it. Ain't nothing you can do about it. You gonna be her baby.
Thank you.
For eternity. That's just the way it's gonna go down for eternity. So I learned to live with it. So I'm giving you this advice that can save you maybe a little bit.
Clipped, officially clipped.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Love it.
All right, thank you guys. Listen, I appreciate everybody, man. Love to all you all. Rick, I love you, man. So hopefully in a couple weeks, I really want to get this panel back. So let's so we can talk about Michael Jackson, because there's so many. And thank you, George. We're gonna have you started off, because you might be the official historian. Even though, look, I know a lot about Mike. Rick and I. Gary, Indiana is really just right around the corner from the east side of Chicago. So we are, we know a lot of stories, but that was pretty good. I'd heard something, but I hadn't confirmed it. So, and thank you, El Michelle. You make a great producer. You multi-talented.
Rick has said that before.
Singing and all that, and producer too. Because Rick, she pulled that up quick. I love it.
She don't play.
Yeah, she was like, I'm like, yes, that's what I need. More of this on my show.
Yeah.
All right, guys, thank you. And you all have been more than gracious.
Thank you.
And I apologize for taking up so much of your time, but it's just a reflection just on the vibe and the spirit and the energy that you all brought, and I love you all for it, and I thank you so much. So take the show. It's on my channel, and I'll send it to everybody. I'll text and email it to Rick, and he'll send it to you all. Let's make it go viral. So hopefully we can get together in a couple weeks.
You're one from 900, Geno.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, good. Well, all I need is 101 new subscribers, so I can get that check. My company can get that YouTube.
Did everybody
check.
like his page? Make sure y'all like it, so we can get.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Like it. Yeah. Put them to 900.
Yep. My media company. All I need is now. I just need 101. Once I cross 1,000 new subscribers, then I'll officially be a YouTube partner, and then they'll work out. I don't know what it'll be, but I'll start to get a check every month from YouTube. So thank you, Rick. Thank you for that shout out. I know Rick alone will get probably 200. All the folks that follow him, I'll probably have 200 new ones before I go to bed tonight. And in between El Michelle and Brother George over there across the pond, man, it's breakfast time, George. I owe you breakfast, brother. It's time for and I'm a big funny. Guess what I had for breakfast, George?
French toast.
Close. I love French toast. Close. Croissant. I had 2 butter croissants.
I love croissants. Actually,
wait, Geno, you just hit 900. 900.
All right. So 100 more. 100 more. We'll cross that threshold. So thank you, Rick. So I know between the three of you will make that happen. But hey, it's breakfast time, man. So go eat you some breakfast, George. I kept you up all night.
This is the best all-nighter I've ever had.
Well, good. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it, too. I'm just stepping away here. The enemy is trying to be real busy. So, yeah, we'll let's run it back in a couple weeks, and we can pay tribute to Michael Jackson. But you know what? Even though his birthday was in June, but we'll pick another time, because, George, I think both of you and El Michelle, I'm a huge Prince fan. Because Prince is in, like, Michael's in one category. Prince is in his own separate category, like Michael.
Oh, totally.
Because sing, write, play, produce. I can't think of anybody. And when we do talk about Prince, we can do that. I can't think of anybody before or since Prince that had that impact that was great, and like all of that, sing, play like 27 instruments. So Prince didn't even need a band.
Not at all.
He didn't need a band. He could play everything himself. So, all right.
Totally. May I share one thing as far as Prince? I really have to share this because I saw his Purple Rain tour at the Orange Bowl in Miami. And I recently learned that he was afraid with Purple Rain that he was going to get sued because the song resembled, do you know which song, which group? It's crazy. He approached.
What song and what group?
You're going to sue my ass. And so I got to talk.
Oh, he thought Jimi Hendrix was going to sue him.
No. Okay, imagine Purple Rain. What song?
Oh, Purple Haze. Yes.
Do
you want Jimi Hendrix?
No, Purple Rain, Prince.
I know, but
yeah, what song was he concerned about getting sued for?
On the album or the song Purple Rain itself?
Song. Yeah.
I don't know. No, tell me, because
All right. See if you can hear the beginning
Okay.
and see if you recognize it. And if it sounds just a little bit like Purple Rain, this is just something where when you hear it, you're just like, what? And I'll just tell you this. They were so touched that he asked, that they said, you really are a class above. Like they were so touched, they invited him, I think, to their tour or something like that.
Oh, really?
So, okay, try and imagine he was afraid that this song resembled too much or really resembled Purple Rain. Wait,
okay.
here we go. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if you, okay. Tell me if you recognize the song.
Okay.
Can you hear it?
No.
Oh, really?
It seemed like it was trying to play. It was.
It doesn't pick up? Here, wait,
No.
let me try one. This here?
Put it closer to the. No, we don't hear it.
I can't hear it. Which faithful? Whose song is it? What song is it?
Yeah, Journey, Faithfully.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Now I
Isn't that
gotta go
incredible?
listen to it now. I gotta go listen to it. Okay.
Listen to the very beginning,
Okay.
and you're like, wow. Would you ever imagine Prince would be contacting Journey, afraid they were going to sue him?
Wow.
Because Purple Rain resembled too much, resembled Faithfully.
But
And they were so moved that he approached them. And they said, you're good.
that speaks to his character, especially as his respect for musicians, his respect for art and intellectual property and the creative process. You know, he respected other people's art and gift and genius. So that makes sense. George,
Yeah.
we got
You're the big-
damn Rick, you got me two producers here. We got wait, I got a producer and a researcher. He's the researcher. We got a researcher and a producer. I love it.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
Hey, thanks guys. I appreciate you. See you guys in a couple of weeks. Michelle,
Yeah.
my sister, I can't wait to get you
Yes.
on. So I had now got a producer in you, and I have a researcher in George now. He is the official show researcher. I love it.
That's what I do at work.
I
That's
know,
my,
and Rick is the voice. So go get you some breakfast, George. And
That's what
everybody else.
That's what he does in real life.
Does-
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You didn't tell me that. Okay, then
Yeah.
it makes sense. It
that's
makes
part
sense.
of my life. Like
That makes sense. I see, because you
burning curiosity, and I satisfy my curiosity every single day,
I see that.
as if I were a student.
And,
It was
and,
great.
and like Michelle, Rick, he was quick with it. He like pulled it right
Yeah,
out.
hey.
He was quick with it.
Absolutely was.
Thank you guys so much. Hopefully I see you guys in a couple weeks.
See you then.
All right. Rick,
No.
thank you, man. I love you, brother. Thank you.
Love you too, man.
All right. Oh,
Bye
man,
bye.
Bye-bye. Man,
All
that's
right,
one
good
of
night,
the-
all.
This is one of the best
Good
shows
night.
I have
Good night,
ever-
George. Have a good night.
That's one of the best shows I ever had. Thank you. Man, thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you, and especially you, God, most of all. Thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show live Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 Central Time, 4:30 on the West Coast. We have a new sponsor, Kojo LLC, Courtney Johnson. She's a real estate expert and a commercial insurance expert. So you can just do a search. On social media, it's Kojo, Kojo LLC, Courtney Johnson. She's got a new segment on the show, debuted last week. She'll be back around the 28th. You'll get a chance somewhere around that time, the end of the month. And so she'll answer your questions. And if you're looking to buy a home or sell a home, or if your business needs insurance, reach out to her. I'll have contact information. I'll have a phone number and email address where you can contact her. All right, listen, thank you, everybody. Once again, please make sure that you like this episode. Click the thumbs up, like this and every episode. I want to thank everybody in my chat room. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mother. And thank you to all my new subscribers. And once again, please, so important that you support the show financially. So whatever financial contribution, whatever financial support or gift you want to make to the show, you can do it Zelle or Cash App. Zelle, you can just Zelle your contribution to use my email address, GenoJonesShow@gmail, GenoJonesShow@gmail, or you can, you can Zelle me. You can Cash App $Dad G Jones. So Zelle, GenoJonesShow@gmail. You can Zelle your gift or your donation, your financial support, or you can Cash App $Dad G Jones, all one word. Capital D, lowercase a, lowercase d, capital G, capital J. lowercase O-N-E-S. The next live edition of the Geno Jones Show is going to be Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Thank you for watching, everybody.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.